in the forest with actors in their mocap suit, which is basically gray tights with sensor balls up and down. There's a camera called their face cam to capture all these little dots and all their movements so that all the emotions that Andy Serkis or any of the other actors had, that would come through. Then Michael Saracen, the DP, he was able to light these scenes, light the apes, the people in mocap suits. Then Weta would take this lighting reference and make the apes, place them in this environment and make it look photoreal. Otherwise,
and they do that over the mocap suit?
They move the actors out and they come in with these reflective balls and they find where all their source light is. They can also tell when we go in and we're looking at, say, shots for lighting when the visual effects starts coming in, we compare it to what the lighting looked like on Andy's face when we shot the dailies. That's kind of what gives it its amazing quality.
Wow.
I'd grab a new reel to cut, I'd watch it, I go, wow, you know. The use of wipes in Star Wars made sense because the film itself was sort of a throwback to a Saturday afternoon serial. So stylistically, it made sense. It's a way of introducing motion into an otherwise static transition. I mentioned it to George, and he said, yeah, but they should all be soft-edged. I don't think there's any way anyone working on Star Wars could have known or predicted what became of it. The fact that it's now so significant, even 35 years later, I don't know that of other films that have had such an impact on the culture.
You as the editor and the director and the editing shape these performances.
Right, yeah.
And which is everything, especially everything in Nebraska, is shaping these performances.
Right.
And of course, Bruce Dern. And he just got a SAG nomination
I just
today.
heard about that, yeah.
Yes, and
Great.
so did June Squibb.
Oh, that's great.
Who's got all the best lines.
She was only 19 when she was killed in a car wreck near Wausau. What a whore.
Mom.
No, I liked Rose, but my God, she was a slut.
Searching through sound effects on our own, or we'll have our assistants go to our sound guy. We'll give them scenes and say, can you build something for the crowd? If they're out and there's like a crowd riot, can you build something for this for us? Or this explosion or whatever, or this type of car. And we'll get stuff and we'll play with it, and then we'll look for stuff on our own.
Reactions play such a huge part in the way you put the movie together. It's always like what different people's perceptions are. With Detective Gilpin, he has very few lines of dialogue, but you know exactly how he feels about
He never changes.
You know, and
he's one of those simple characters.
You know exactly, and Margot, you know, you know when when he gives that smile, it's like she rolls her eyes, like, oh, my idiot twin brother.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's doing it again.
Yeah. She's so on the inside track with him. It's funny. But I loved Gilpin. I loved cutting any scene that he was in, or if there's any opportunity, because he's got a bunch of close-ups in it, because David would sort of get in with that coverage and you'd wait for that perfect moment for him to kind of, he's got these huge eyes and it's all done with his eyes, the subtlest of things. And you know that he's watching Nick constantly going,
he's like
I don't believe you.
The India stuff was much more handheld. There was stuff handheld in LA, but not as much, not as frenetic.
Well, I noticed the montage when we arrive, which has this fantastic Indian pop song that's you're cutting to.
It's called $1 Million Arm. We find the first Major League Baseball player from India.
Like being on the road? Words cannot express.
It's just boom, boom. And it's just, it felt like those shots were very shaky and chaotic and had this sort of rough edge to them, which gave us a real feel for India. And then when we came back to LA and we had the LA montage, everything was very slick.
Glossy.
Very glossy.
Yes.
It was cut sort of more glossy.
A definite choice, yeah.